Hello everyone. Today I'm going to give you an overview of my dissertation proposal, coordinating opportunistic contributions to achieve globally effective outcomes in on-the-go crowdsourcing. Volunteer-based social and crowdsourcing systems enabled new services and allowed to collect unique contributions at scale. For example, millions of people write and edit articles for Open Encyclopedia. Interested volunteers collect data at scale to help scientists conduct scientific inquiries, and citizens report city problems to help local government agency to track and fix the problems. While there exist many crowdsourcing systems that solve simple tasks such as labeling tasks, which have no or less dependencies, we're interested in systems that solve more complex tasks, for example, collectively searching for a lost item in a large area or writing an article which have more dependencies. Existing systems may have different ways to solve these complex tasks. For example, we can either let someone to submit a complete solutions, for example, one person searching the entire area or writing the entire article, which may not be feasible or too time consuming for an individual to do. Other solutions might be divide a complex task into pieces that can be done by individuals. However, these often lead to coordination challenges. Coordination here, we mean that there's dependencies that we have to manage between the activities. So let me use a lost and found scenario as an example to show you what are the dependencies that may exist in solving complex tasks. So in this example, the goal of the collective action is to leverage volunteers' search efforts to find a lost item in a large search area. So first, we can divide a large search region into a smaller regions, and then the searching in the sub-regions are dependent on each other. And it's also important, there's also dependencies in we have to tailor these efforts toward meeting the desired goals and needs. Other dependencies include that there need to be one or more tasks to reach the sub-goal, and also need to manage who does which tasks. A key challenge in these kind of systems for solving complex tasks is to attract enough willing contributors who can make useful contributions for quality of services by managing these dependencies. So let's take a look at possible coordination mechanisms that a system can use to solve coordination challenges. First, in settings where resources are abundant. Here we define resources as contributors' time, effort, and attention. And when we say resources are abundant, we assume contributors are dedicated and that they're willing to spend more time and efforts. At a high level, there can be two main mechanisms. First is to let systems or managers assign tasks to users. And so this is more like a centralized approach. And because such mechanism can assign tasks based on the system needs, and because users are willing to take time and effort, it can elicit useful contributions to meet the needs of the systems. For example, in this example, the blue and orange means there are sub-regions that need to be searched, and then there already enough searches happen. but the pink region, there's not enough searches happen. So if we were to use the system or manager assignment, this kind of centralized approach, um, we can assign these tasks to the users so that we ensure the search efforts across the regions to ensure the search coverage and then the depth. Second coordination mechanism can be through group decision-making processes and communication by deciding who works on which task. For example, in this example, no one has ever searched yet, but the group of users can communicate and make decisions about who will search on which tasks, and as a result, they can ensure the search coverage and then the depth as well, which will increase the likelihood of finding the lost item. The benefits of such coordination mechanisms in the resource abundant settings is that they can better meet the desired system outcomes, such as high quality of services, and through communication and collaboration, they can develop common grounds such as mutual understanding to achieve desired community goals such as not overloading volunteers. And because of all this communication and collaboration, they can also provide social benefits such as developing relationships. Despite all its benefits, it's quite difficult to recruit enough dedicated volunteers who are willing to spend the time and efforts. And as a result, a lot of systems will fail. So to reduce the cost associated with these contributions, one way is to reduce the time and effort required for contributions to increase the participation. For example, previous works have explored ways to use phone unlock interaction technique to collect core census data or complete microtasks. As I mentioned before earlier in the talk, these tasks are simple tasks that don't really require systems to manage dependencies. What if we want to reduce the time and effort required to increase participation, but also to solve complex tasks where the systems have to manage dependencies? So one way is if we use the system or manager assignment approach, which is the centralized coordination mechanism. One of the obstacles that it can face is that what systems needs may not be the ones that users can contribute with low effort and time. And the consequence of using such mechanisms will be a lack of participation, and which can lead to poor quality of services. What if we use self-assignment mechanism, which is decentralized approach? If we let people to choose tasks that they want to contribute, the tasks, one obstacle we can face is that the tasks that they decide or want to contribute may not be the ones that the system needs the most. So as a consequence, less useful contribution. There will be less useful contributions for meeting the needs of the system. And as we mentioned, one of the decentralized mechanism approach is through group decision making or communications. However, these kind of processes require much time and effort, and such costs might lead to lack of collaboration and communication. And then the consequences will be because they don't communicate among themselves, and then they don't have a common grounds. We might not have good understanding of what the community goals are, or how to meet them. Also because they don't communicate with each other and collaborate with each other, it may also lose opportunities to develop relationships among the users. So in this dissertation, we asked the following core research question. In volunteer-based social computing and crowdsourcing systems, how can we elicit low-effort contributions that can provide convenience to volunteers to increase participation while still advancing system goals, achieving community goals, and providing social benefits? The core conceptual contribution of this dissertation is the idea of coordinating low-effort contributions at opportune moments where that the performed actions are effective in meeting desired system goals, achieving community goals, and providing social benefits. Unlike existing approaches that the system may direct contributions that are outside of people's routine or convenient moments to better meet the goals, which may no longer be convenient, or let people self-assign tasks where the contributions may not be useful in reaching the goals. Our approach seeks moments of tasking opportunities that volunteers can conveniently contribute as they go about their days. And people can still decide whether or not to help, but when they do complete tasks, this composition of tasking moments collectively reach the goals that the system and then the volunteers want. So to do this, the system will track a set of desired goals and monitors tasking opportunities that the volunteers can best contribute as part of their ongoing activities. And then the system will decide who, when, and how to engage volunteers in a way that each individual contributes towards meeting the desired goals. However, there are several challenges in realizing our conceptual approach. One may use existing optimization and recommendation techniques to find these moments of tasking opportunities so as to reach the desired goals. For example, they can try to recommend tasks one can best contribute to, or optimize across the community to decide who to reach out, or match helper and requester who they can build relationships with. However, these existing approaches require people to make commitments or assume that they will follow through the plan. However, in reality, users may not be in situations where tasks are low effort, and if that's the case, they will not be participants, which introduces uncertainty in participation. So to overcome these challenges, our technical approach takes inspiration from Horvit's flexible computation, which suggests principles to reason about strategies under limited resources that can achieve optimal outcomes under uncertainty. As Horvitz treated computation power as a limited resource, our technical approach treats volunteers' time, effort, and attention as limited resources. Because of this, we have to take into consideration that individuals may have varying availability and willingness depending on their situations. They may or may not decide to help when they're asked to help, and they may want to be minimally disrupted. And they also have a dual needs and quality of services as a requester and volunteer experience as a helper. And the reason that our technical approach works is because unlike existing approaches that pre-plan strategies that they assume that the resources are available, assume people will follow through or make commitments, our approach provides ways to select an optimal strategy or sequence of strategies that generate useful bounded resource solutions that are tailored towards varying situations and problems. And to do this, our technical approach reasons about uncertainty in availability and participation and chooses optimal strategy that can surface test needs at opportune moments when volunteers can conveniently contribute that could best advance system, community, and social goals. So in this dissertation, we will introduce ways to coordinate such kind of low effort opportunistic contributions to meet the desired system goals and ways to balance community and system goals and providing social benefits by developing relationships through on-the-go contributions. Thank you.